All right. Hey, good evening, everyone. All right. Well, let's take a look at the market for this upcoming week. All right. Tuesday, not much happening. We do have the San Francisco Fed speaking around 10:20. The vice chair, Michael Barr, at 1 o'clock. We get some housing data on Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to go with some leading economic indicators, as well as Austin Goolsbee is going to be speaking at 9:35. The initial jobless claims comes on Thursday, and then we're going to get some more home details, as well as Philip Jefferson speaking at 11:30. So this week, not as busy as the previous weeks. Overall, most of the major earnings have come through already, and so now we're calibrating our Q1 going through all the way to Q2. So let's take a look at what's happening as far as earnings. So this week is the earnings of mostly our Chinese stocks. So you'll see Baidu is coming in on Tuesday. Uh, what else do we have this week as far as our Asian stocks coming in? We have Baba coming in on Thursday. And I thought there was one more. Of course, there's VP here that's showing. All right, so Tuesday morning, Baidu is probably one of the major stocks we'll be looking at on that day. Yeah, we're definitely going to make the watch list for Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're probably going to be waking up, maybe looking at Fiverr. It's one we definitely like trading sometime. Oxy, which is oil and gas. We do like that stock. Thursday morning, well, we have Walmart and Baba. Keep it simple, focus on that. We probably bring Baidu in because we have confluence between the two Asian stocks and see if they both go in the same direction. We'll get into one of those. LNG moves really well, but those option contracts are kind of spread for me. Probably focus on Walmart, Baba, and Baidu. And then Friday, we got Square or Block coming in. And probably just take a look back and see how Walmart, Baba, and Baidu is doing on Friday's close. Outside of some of the major stocks like Amazon, Apple, in our tech sector, and SPY, of course. All right, so let's take a look and see what the market looks like overall next week, or how the market's been performing. All right, we got the ES up here. All right, we're right at a level of resistance. So you'll see before it's tested this level and went down a couple of days, tested this level, went down, tested. So that's about 1, 2, 3 touches. From a weekly standpoint, it looks like we really want to go through it. Let's take a look at the daily. Our daily chart. You see that same level of resistance. Here we go. We touches it. We come down. We touch it. Here we had a nice run up in late January. Bam, touches it, comes down, kind of chopped, fell down below the 21 moving average. Chop, chop, chop. And here. So not a lot to say if it's going to go through. So what that really tells me is we can either expect a pullback or chop on Monday. Probably a pullback or chop. Let's take a look at the 4 hours, see if the 4 hours giving us any indication. Ooh, the 4 hour looks like it is trying to get above this and go. Like I said, if we get above it and we go, this means the market can really, really be bullish February into March. Typically, March is usually a month, and you'll see, let's go back and look at last year. March and April is usually a month we can see some pullbacks, but we'll see. It's always a new year. We'll keep looking at the charts. Let's take a look at the stock that we did talk about, Baidu, going into earnings. See what we have here. Baidu went up, got to 101. It didn't pull back to 97. We'll see how these earnings go. They said we're not going to try to predict it front run on our earning plays. We just see how they perform, and we play accordingly. Let's take a couple stocks that's been super bullish for a while. ACN, so ACN, you look at it on a weekly chart, it's right here. Big level of resistance, 385. It was that way of March of last year. Here, it ran all the way down right into a V, got some chop, it's retesting. And you see, it got above the 385 level, it's here. Can we get back to 400? That's a big point of resistance for a stock that did so well. So we'll give this some time here. Can we have that reverse V shape come back, or will this stock still perform well? ACN and ADP is two of those stocks that we have been looking at for quite a while because they've done so well over the past few months, ever since last year. Super bullish as far as swing trading goes. But it's at a very point of resistance. But if you get past it, this is definitely going to make our watch list for some long swing trades into higher highs. But that's a very important level of resistance there at that 310. If not, we can get a pullback tomorrow. So ACN and ADP is probably two stocks we look. Let's take a look at a couple of big name stocks here and see how they're setting up for tomorrow. For this week, we'll take a look at the 4 hour for Amazon. There again, Amazon has a big level of resistance at, Goldman Sachs, a level of resistance at 668. I meant to look at Amazon. Let's look there. Amazon. Amazon looking pretty bearish going into tomorrow. So we'll keep our eye on that. It looks like Amazon can, if it breaks 227, it's a clean shot to 222. On an hourly, it's below the stack EMAs. It's bearish trend. We'll keep our eye on that MACD, but the strength is to the downside. Let's take a look at another market mover here, NVIDIA, and see how NVIDIA is setting up for us. NVIDIA's, that important level of 140, 142. It's been talked about before. NVIDIA looks like it really wants to make that push back up to 150. Still has some work to do, but NVIDIA is looking pretty good. Let's see if it got a good reverse on the weekly. NVIDIA does. That 148 is a very important level. And so NVIDIA is something to watch. It got some levels of resistance. Still has some work to do, but NVIDIA looks like it wants to get back to that 150 high. It's done a lot of good work over the last few days of last week. Everything was bullish last week, and NVIDIA kind of rode that roller coaster. We have to just to see if that bullish trend is going to continue. As again, the market overall looks pretty choppy when you look at the ES. So it can be kind of shaky looking at stocks that have not done well overall. I'm going to go back and look at the Asian stocks because I think these are pretty much the stocks I probably want to look at this week. And that's going to be Baidu, as well as another one that I really do like trading. So this is Baba. It looks pretty bullish going into its earnings call. Actually, I've always liked Baba, but due to international affairs, it hasn't really fared well here in the U.S. market. But from a profit standpoint, Baba has already done well. Futu is a stock that, hey, if you don't know about, this is a fairly good stock to be involved with when it comes to rolling with the other Asian stocks. Now you see that 128 is a clear line of resistance, and it had some weakness last week. But this stock, once it broke 104, it took a clear shot up to 130. So we'll see how Baidu and Baidu performs, and it could push this stock through. This could really be something that we can get into. So I'm going to definitely be looking at Futu. And then here's one more Asian stock that we'll be looking at this week, and that's PDD. Now, this stock definitely has some work to do, but this is the kind of stock that if the Asian stocks perform well, you might want to take a swing at, because you can clearly see on a weekly chart, if it gets past this 130, we're going back up to 150. You can get your swing in and set it in as long as the others do well. And it's looking not to have earnings until March 20th. So that's actually a really good time. This is definitely going to make my watch list. If it's not going to have earnings until mid-March, I'm going to take a look and see what the options looking like for this one. We called Tesla last time. $4 a contract, not bad. Give yourself some time. That's April 17th. Let's go March 21st. $3 a contract, 310 for 145, 140 play. That is not bad. If it breaks this, it's good. If it chops and doesn't break it, maybe by the first or second week, you get out, take our L, take our L. But if it breaks this, we are in the green. So what I'm watching this week is mostly the Asian stocks. See how they do. There's quite a lot of stocks that have done really well. Hood is one of those stocks that has been performing well. Affirm. Take a look at the weekly chart for Hood. Let's look at the daily. It's at all time. It's well highs. It's doing extremely well. Affirm is another one of those stocks that is doing well. Snow, we're keeping our eye on, but it's at that level of resistance that it's been chopping at 187. If it stays, the structure looks great. We can get a pullback to this 180 and then a blast off the 200. That would be really great. Let's take a look and see how our financials are doing. Are they cooling off? Oh boy, look at Visa. Visa has spent time trying to get really past this 351, and it's got the structure to go. Still watching it. If it comes back to 340, it's still good, but man, the financials have done so good. We'll still keep a look at that. Let's take a look at JP Morgan. See, JP Morgan's right there too. Like I said, Monday is really setting up for chop, so I'm probably gonna only look at one or two stocks. Tuesday. I only say Tuesday because it's Monday was down because of the holiday. So I'm probably going to look at a few. Let me look at a couple stocks that have some interesting squeezes on it that I really like. And so you'll see CrowdStrike has a great squeeze. It's at 450. We can get past 455. It has multiple squeezes. ACN, who I mentioned earlier, this stock has multiple squeezes on a lower time frame. And see if we can find any others. UPS. This looks like it's going to be a short. And who can go wrong with Meta? I think hands down, Meta is probably still one of the best plays. This is the stock you always buy on the pullback. I haven't seen it fail on a pullback in about 2 weeks. Anytime the stock pulls back, you buy the dip, go long. Buy the dip, go long. So Meta is probably one of the stocks that I'm going to be focused on, always focused on. Just buy the dip in Meta. I mean, it hasn't failed yet. You have to kind of go with the law of averages. All right. So we talked about quite a few things. We covered a few stocks. Definitely looking at some of the Asian stocks this week, maybe a couple of earning plays. It looks like chop maybe for the first couple of days. We have to see if the market breaks over those highs. It breaks through that. If not, we play it to the downside. So, we have to be patient this week. I think patience is the key until the market determines where it wants to go. All right. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. And thanks again. Be blessed.